Man, you know what's crazy nowadays in so far games not reaching gamers' expectations, and it's just been chaotic like for right now. Well, not for right now, it's been like this for a very long time so far, for like a few months. And it's it's crazy because like I want to be like an upcoming game developer because like I enjoy games and I want to make games, right? Like I focus on making very good games with and have it with a good personality and good art style um and have a good genre to it and have everything all blended in together perfectly, like and how and how at home you use a blender machine to like blend fruits up, like for example watermelons, um bananas, apples, strawberries, etc. You mix them, you blend them up, and it creates a shake, and you drink it and it tastes so nice. That's what my games will feel like, layer on when I'm first create my first game, and then later on, as I like start increasing my uh knowledge on games development and knowing more of the programming stuff, then that's when we get to the big games. So yeah, should be pretty good on that one. But I don't know what's happening in the games industry right now with like this whole like anger we got, and like like this doesn't seem like it's going away. And it's like I feel like one of the parts as to why I'm angry is that all of this seems like all of this seems like it could have been easily resolved, like very simply resolved by companies. Maybe if they like, communicate with their community more. But I don't know. I don't know what's really been happening with the relationship between companies and their fan base. But it's not looking so great. Like for example, Ubisoft or other companies, right? Ubisoft, PlayStation, uh, and these rest of these companies, right? It's not looking so great, and it's very hard now, very hard now to like uh make games now, and like having it stand out is very hard as well. Even bringing it out there is like very hard, and it's like another reason as to why I seem upset is that like when you look at something, it doesn't look like a problem, but then it turns out there's another backstory to it, which is sometimes shocks me. So yeah, like for example, like when people complain about like graphics, right? Like people complain about graphics and it looks really good to me, but then turns out like most people saying that the graphics look terrible, right? And it's like the graphics can literally kill a game. Like it's as if like when everybody complains about one thing about a game, it like the whole game is bad. That's what it kind of seems like. Looked really really good, and I think it was by the people who made Ori and the Forest game. Like No Rest for the Wicked, like it was really good, but it had a few performance issues, bugs, and open world type issues, and the crafting had issues as well. And as a result, like no one is really playing it. Not much people are really playing it now. And that game had potential. And I don't know, like when you leave games in the dust like that, like seems like you're going to have to like re-scratch everything and like redo everything and like make a new game. Same thing like let's say Cyberpunk 2077. I played that game on the PS4 Pro and there was like no problems and I was playing that game fine and that game was like really really good. People used to say that it was a GTA 6 killer. Maybe it might be one of you guys must have said that on Twitter. But but yeah, uh man. And I don't know, like I feel like those times it felt as if like it felt as if games were more like progressing and improving, you know. But it turns out a few months later, things have gone completely worse for the games industry, man. Feels as if like you can't even find a really good game much anymore. There's only like a few really good games. Apparently most games released now are like bad and easily cancelled. And I sometimes wonder like why does this happen, like the game seems promising, but then later on, when people find out more about the game, it's actually bad. It's kind of seems like a total waste of time talking about a specific game that seems bad now. Like that Star Wars, like Ubisoft, right? They're okay. You know, like thing is that I feel like I kind of expected them to have bad AI, kind of like bad graphics a little bit, but it's always like they always made their games like addicting and fun, and like the characters had like the stories were like really good, but then the AI and the world and the designs were like mid, like they were mediocre. That's how I saw Ubisoft. And I was chill with that. But then now when you look at companies like Ubisoft and you hear things about them now and all of these things about them, it's a completely different story. Now you hear that like all they care about is money. Like I never knew that, I think all of us never really knew all of these information until now. So yeah, it's pretty crazy how things have changed now. Like and I think it's okay that that we've become more skeptical and more curious about what we are spending our time on, and what we are like just investing in terms of like games as well. So yeah, I think I like to see that. But I think we've become kind of uh like how can I say it? Like we've just been like throwing rubbish to a lot of companies that didn't really do much wrong. Didn't really do much wrong. I'm talking about those companies that didn't really do much wrong and were just trying to do a cool game or something like that, but failed in the process. So yeah, but I guess it is what it is. But I do believe that games should reach players' expectations, or else they'll simply just won't play the game. So I do agree on that one. Yeah, but like seeing all the hate on like on on the on the internet about games and stuff like that, like from gamers, is insane, man. And hopefully, maybe like I mean 5% chance that all that hate will go away, and like 95% is like the hate will stay. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this video. Um, if you reached at this point of the video, feel free to subscribe to see more similar content like this, more information about the games industry, and my games development. And I'll see you guys next time.